Hello. Hello.
I think, Katie, there's this sense that there's all these problems out in the world that if I can just fix these problems out in the world, my life will be better.
You know, if my child, for example, like knocks over a glass of milk, okay, and I say, I told you to be careful. What's the matter with you? Okay, how many of you experience that as violent? You feel it inside. And if you're that child, you hear it, there's something the matter with me. So a mind that would create violence like that in the home at any level, that is the mind that I'm going to go out, you know, as that mother, I'm going out in the world and I'm going to do something important.
And make change.
And make change. There's something way off. That has to be taken care of on the inside before it's ever going to change out here. The work is what I'm talking about here. It's a way to identify and question those judgments and assumptions that are running through my head. Okay, so everyone ready to try it on? Let's do the work.
I'm angry with Kathy because she won't stop drinking, and she projects her anger onto me, and she's critical, and she says I'm the most difficult friend she's ever had.
So she won't stop drinking. Is it true?
Yes, it's true.
She won't stop drinking. Now just close your eyes and consider this. Can you absolutely know that it's true? She won't stop drinking. And it's either a yes or a no.
No,
Those first two
I mean,
questions.
no, it's
Okay, and the mind will want to talk about it. The ego's going to want to defend and justify. You know, it can really scream here. And just thank it for sharing. It's okay. And just go back to the question, can you absolutely know that it's true that she won't stop drinking?
Well, I see that it's not true that she won't ever stop drinking, that she won't stop drinking. It has been true that she has not stopped, right? But it's entirely possible.
And also, if you want to get closer with this, when she's sleeping at night, is she drinking?
I don't know.
Okay, so how did you treat Kathy when you had the thought she won't stop drinking?
I was afraid, and I felt responsible.
And how did you let that show?
Well, let me rephrase that. I was angry that I was afraid and felt responsible.
And how did that show?
It showed we were in Mexico, and I packed up my stuff, and I left.
Yeah. And notice how you let Kathy know you were angry.
Completely passive-aggressive. Yeah.
So close your eyes. You see it? Other than what you're thinking and believing, who or what would you be without the thought she won't stop drinking? Look at Kathy without the thought. And you know, you can often sit in this place and just stay there until you experience compassion in a situation like this for both of you. Other than what you're thinking and believing, are you perfectly okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Kathy's not the cause of your stress, it's what you're thinking and believing. So Kathy won't stop drinking. What opposite would you find? What is it that you won't stop in that situation?
Trying to rescue her. Yeah.
So she's addicted to drinking, and you're addicted to rescuing people that may not even want to be rescued.
Right.
She just wants to drink.
Right. A lot. Yeah.
You know, it's like cat meows, a dog barks, and Kathy drinks a lot.
Drinks. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
maybe for Kathy, not enough. Just
Yeah.
a lot in your world.
Right. It's enough in my world. Yeah. Surpassed.
And if Kathy stops drinking, what do you get?
Apparently, I think that that would make me happier.
Yeah, so it's all about you. You really
Of
don't care if
course.
she drinks. You
Right.
just want to be happy.
Well, and that's sort of
So
some of
just
the
slow
stuff that's
down,
coming in
just
of like,
slow-
it's none of my, it's like, I can't do anything about that. I need to do
That's
about
really
me.
good to know.
Right,
A lot less anger in your life.
right. So then that bring in what I wrote down of, I don't want to feel the fear of losing her.
Yeah, because if something happened to her, then you would be sad.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we don't want anything to happen to her because you don't want to be sad.
yeah,
I'm just keep pointing to self-centeredness.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it is. But
Okay, so she projects her anger onto you. Is that true?
it is true that,
Remember, it's a yes or no.
yes,
Meditating on a moment in time. This is not a,
Yeah.
It's like when you go into a discussion, that's what we've been doing forever.
right. I'm a therapist, so I want to discuss it.
So discussions are lovely.
You just wrecked my whole career. I'm sorry.
Well, hopefully just the anger part.
But thank you. Yes, no, it's good. Thank you. Okay.
So she projects her anger onto you.
Yes.
Is it true? And just to sit in that, contemplate it, close your eyes. Is it true? The answer is one syllable. And it will show itself to you. You don't have to guess. She projects her anger onto you. Is it true?
No.
Okay, so feel it.
Yeah. No.
It's like you're shifting Kathy's identification in your world. And that shifts your relationship with her and across the board with all relationships. She projects her anger onto me. Turn it around. I
project my anger onto her. I do.
Yeah. And what I love about this is when we're aware of that, we are more compassionate toward people that are really projecting their anger onto us. You know, whether there's no way for me to know they are or not. But if I sense it, then I become a very good listener. And there's no anger in it, there's compassion. I'm connected. You know, I've never met anyone that wasn't my teacher. I've met some people like Kathy, and thank goodness, because they continue to enlighten me as I put them on a worksheet and, you know, dead or alive.
Yeah, and my mother drank herself to death. So she died from drug abuse and alcoholism.
Yeah. So you didn't get it with your mother, you get it with Kathy, and then you understand your mother.
Right. Right.
So let's look at statement 2.
Okay. I want Kathy to wake up. I want her to see her beauty and slow down and feel. Stop medicating herself and become more aware of her actions.
You want Kathy to wake up. Be there in that moment when you were angry. Is it true you want Kathy to wake up?
Yes.
And notice how you react. What happens? When you think the thought, I want Kathy to wake up, notice how you treat her in that situation and describe it.
You're good. You're good.
I've got a couple of questions. And you know, I really see you that way because what you're seeing right now, it's a gift. To me, it's the gift of grace. You have a mind that is open enough to allow yourself to be shown something just truly valuable. I want Kathy to wake up in that situation. Sweetheart, turn it around. I want me.
I want me to wake up.
Yeah. And you are.
And I am. Yeah.
You want Kathy to see her beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Is it true?
Yes.
You know, we would say in the world that's a kind and caring thought. But notice how you treat Kathy when you believe the
she
thought. You
doesn't
want
see it.
her to see her beauty, and she
Right.
just wants a drink.
Right. Right. Because I don't have any control whether she sees her beauty or not, or she wakes up, or it doesn't really matter.
And it's all about you anyway.
Absolutely.
If she sees her beauty, then maybe she'll stop drinking.
Right. And if I treat her as if somebody who doesn't see her beauty, that's that's all about me. Right? Yeah.
And notice how you're treating her. You're not treating her like anyone that's beautiful whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
So interesting.
so.
And so what I want to do or what I can do is is wake up and see my beauty and let her drink if she wants.
And in that situation, you need to see your beauty because you're passive aggressive, unkind, self-centered. It's like we are no reason for someone to get sober.
No.
So let's just turn this whole thing around. I want me to wake up.
I want me to wake up. I want me to see my beauty. I want to stop medicating myself and become aware of my actions.
Yes, these are your directions in that situation.
In that situation.
It's what you really want,
Yeah.
not what you wrote. We're getting closer to our true nature here. Now let's turn it around. In that situation, I don't want Kathy to.
I don't want Kathy to see her beauty.
No. How could she?
And I don't want Kathy to slow down.
No, honey. She can't.
I don't want her to feel.
No.
And I don't want her to stop medicating herself.
It's about trusting another person's path in that moment in time. And I don't want her to see her beauty, slow down, to feel, to stop medicating herself. It's like everything you're doing is wrong. I know. And it's painful in that situation. You see why? She's in no shape to become aware of her actions. She's in no state of mind to stop medicating herself.
I have a little voice inside that's like, but I really want her to, you know?
So turn it around. I really want me. I really want me to get sober. She's drunk with her drinking, you're drunk with your thinking.
Yeah.
Both of you addicted.
Yeah.
It's like I'm passive aggressive, but I think I'll run your life. Let's look at advice. Statement 3.
Statement 3. Kathy should stop drinking, doing drugs, and love herself.
So Kathy should stop drinking. Look at her in that situation and see if it's true.
I know you said yes or no, but I feel like my answer is, who am I to say?
Well, and I suggest that you just notice that and be with it because it sure feels like wisdom to me.
Yeah.
But when I look at self-inquiry, who am I to say? I'm only dealing with myself, so I'm going to just stay silent and open and continue to ask, is it true? Kathy should stop drinking in that situation because this is me I'm dealing with. Kathy's not here.
Right. Yes, it's true.
So this is that wall I hit was like, who needs God when we have my opinion?
Right.
You know, Kathy should stop drinking. I know. And we're like that. We're dictators, and we can't stand dictators, and now you know why. Too close to home. And notice who you would be. Just look at Kathy without the thought. Just meditating on that moment in time without the thought.
Mm-hmm.
She should stop doing drugs. Can you absolutely know that it's true?
Yeah.
And Kathy
I
should
don't
love
know.
herself. Is it true? In that moment in time and situation.
Again, like not mine to say.
So be there in that state of mind. Look at Kathy without the thought.
Mm-hmm.
Without those judgments.
Mm-hmm.
You see her.
Mm-hmm.
You're connected. You've taken all the requirements off of her.
Yeah.
Connected. So let's turn it around. Kathy should not.
Kathy should not stop drinking.
She should not.
She should not do drugs. And
She should not stop doing drugs.
She should not stop doing. Oh, yeah. She should not stop doing drugs.
So Kathy should stop drinking. I should stop.
I should stop drinking.
Yeah. Good. Just don't drink. And what else is it that you can't stop doing? Yeah, that one. So stop that. Stop that. Just stop that. Not so easy. So now we understand Kathy. I should stop doing drugs. And, but we all have excuses for doing drugs, but it's not okay for Kathy. She doesn't do them like I do them.
Well, her drugs aren't my drugs, right? Yeah. My drugs are people.
Yeah. Yeah. Kathy, in this situation, is your drug of choice.
Yes.
Yeah. You're inebriated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just mainlining Kathy.
yeah, mainline and Kathy. And if she's not around, I'll put someone else.
That's
in.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
So
yeah.
let's look at the next one.
I need Kathy to love themselves, is what I wrote.
Yeah. You need Kathy to love herself.
Love herself
Yeah.
and stop the destructive behavior and feel.
Good. So to be happy, you need Kathy to love herself. Hear how crazy that sounds now?
Isn't it?
For me to be
Oh my
happy, love
God.
yourself, because if I'm unhappy, it's your fault. Right?
Yes.
So to be happy, you need Kathy to love herself. Is that true?
No.
No. And even if she did, look at what you would put on her. You might not believe it.
Right. Because I need her.
Just give her a drink if you want to see her happy.
It's right.
But happy under my rule.
But if I need her to love herself for me to be happy, then there's a process in there where I'm expecting her to not love herself, which doesn't allow her to love herself when she's in relationship with me.
And how does that feel inside of you when you think the thought, I need Kathy to love herself?
That I need to love myself.
So notice what happens in the past future in your head. You're with Kathy, and you think the thought, you need her to love herself. Notice the images that happen. This takes such stillness, but this is a practice, and it gets easier and easier until finally you're just awake. You're just awake, noticing the difference between life and this.
I mean, I go back to seeing that it's just all about me.
Yeah. You see the image, but that's not Kathy, is it?
No, it's my imagination.
Purely. And then you put that on there and you compare. There's Kathy here.
Yeah, like
And
what
then
it
there's
looks like if
Kathy
she
there.
was doing these things, then yeah.
Yes. And so when the mind compares, you really think this is Kathy, the one in your head. And you see Kathy, And then you do whatever it takes as your mind compares to make your dream come true. And this is the dream. How many of you have had the thought that you're not as handsome or as beautiful as you'd like to be? Okay. So if you could not compare you to any other human being, are you amazingly perfect? How many of you see that? So you're amazingly beautiful and perfect until the mind compares. And so you're coming out of this fantasy. You're comparing yourself to a fantasy. And if we're awake to this, it leaves a smile. It leaves, as you all saw yourselves, it leaves everyone perfect. So we can communicate. We've got the mess cleared away, the unfinished business that we put onto that. And so the power of love is immeasurable. And we've been coming out of the power of fear, the powerlessness of fear. Okay, so statement 5.
What do you think of them in this situation? Make a list. Remember, be petty and judgmental.
So Kathy is.
This is hard for me to say out loud, all of this. I'm sorry. Kathy is unbalanced. She's out of line. Kathy is selfish, and she's lazy, and she's angry, and she's unaware. Kathy is judgmental and scary. She's bullheaded. Kathy is guarded and blaming. She's broken. She's scared. And maybe a little mentally ill. Thank you for making me say this on stage to everybody.
So in that moment in time, I am
unbalanced.
Okay, and then you check it out. And we're to the end of the worksheet, and we've been checking it out. So you're pretty awake to where you're off balance. You always judge that out of your heart. It's just natural. Okay, and in that moment, in that situation, I am
out of line. And in that situation, I'm selfish.
Yeah, so you get that?
I get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in that moment,
I'm lazy.
Like you're lazy in your thinking,
Yeah.
asleep.
Yeah,
You're not seeing Kathy, you're coming out of your own asleep.
Just out of that, yeah.
Yeah.
In that moment, I'm angry. In that moment, I'm unaware. And in that moment, I'm scary.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I am bullheaded.
Yeah.
In that situation, I am guarded.
And always look for examples in silence. Find examples. Where was I guarded? Selfish, lazy, judgmental, and maybe a little mentally ill, and you check it out. And it's by your standards in that. Because mentally
in that
ill
moment,
means
just
something
in that
different
moment.
to all of us. Yes.
Right. I'm sorry.
It's like, right.
Right, just not now.
But we know when we're frightened, and to me that is mental illness.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one.
What is it about this situation that you don't ever want to experience again? I don't even remember what I wrote. I don't ever want to have to regress in order to be with her. I don't want to feel the fear of losing her. And I don't want to feel responsible for her anymore.
You were responsible for Kathy in that situation. Is it true?
No.
Good to know. That's a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to have to regress.
I am willing to have to regress.
To be with her.
To be with her.
Yeah, it could happen. You know, if you have any unfinished business, it could happen. And then that would give you another worksheet and an opportunity to clean it up. And that's the point.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what
And it makes
we're
all
here
of,
for, right?
Yes, it makes all of life exciting.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm willing to have to regress.
In order to be with her.
Yeah.
I'm willing to feel the fear of losing her.
Yeah. Because that's another worksheet.
That's going to be a worksheet. And then I'm willing to feel responsible
For her.
for her.
Again.
Again.
Yeah. Now do the whole thing again with I look forward to.
I look forward to regressing in order to be with Kathy.
It's just another worksheet.
I look forward to feeling the fear of losing her.
It's another worksheet.
And I look forward to feeling responsible for her.
Again.
Again. I look forward to feeling responsible for her again.
Yeah, exciting, isn't it? It's just not done until it's done. If there's any unfinished business that your mother didn't get to you, Kathy will get it to you. Between the two of them, they're here to wake you up. Mm-hmm. There's no one and nothing that isn't a teacher. There's no one and nothing that isn't here to wake you up. That's it. You can't lose a teacher until you get the lesson.
Right. She's just in my imagination.
That's a very important thing to understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a doozy.
So this is where our work is. That's all I'm saying.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like,
Anyone that would work with you, it would be a privilege. Thank you.
thank you so much.